Hello. Welcome to the demonstration of Sample Cycle of Laboratory Management module. We have logged in as lab admin. The Sample Cycle submodule has 4 screens. Lab Result Entry, Sample Collection, Non-Sample Collection, LabView Results. Let us explore Sample Collection screen. There are 3 tabs in the screen. In the Samples List tab, patient details and bill details appear according to the sample status. Ready for collection, ready for receiving, or ready for result entry. When ready for sample collection is selected as the status and view button is clicked, the corresponding patient details and sample details are populated in the Add Samples tab. When ready for sample receiving is selected as the status and view button is clicked, the corresponding patient details and bill details appear in the Receive Sample tab. When ready for result entry is selected as the status, the patient details whose samples are collected and received by the laboratory are populated. Now, let us add a sample using the Add Sample screen. Ready for sample collection is selected as the status and the View button is clicked. The following are the patient's details in the Add Samples tab. UMR number, patient name, consultant, age, gender, and phone number. The following are the sample details. Vacutainer color, specimen, vacutainer, barcode, barcode number, sample collection date and time. Sample collection status can be selected as collected by clicking the vacutainer color. It can also be selected from the drop-down list. When barcode is clicked, barcode and number are generated, and a pop-up window appears, which contains the receipt. It can be printed by clicking the Print button. Suppose the sample is collected and is ready to be sent to the laboratory. Sample collection status is selected as collected and Save button is clicked. The patient's details appear in the Samples List tab with Ready for Sample Receiving status. Now, when the View button is clicked, the patient details and sample details appear in the Receive Samples tab. Sample code is generated. Approval status can be selected from the drop-down list. When the sample is not accepted by the lab, reason can be selected. When the sample is accepted, Sample Accepted is selected as the approval status and Save button is clicked. The patient details appear in the Samples List tab with Ready for Result Entry status. So far, we have discussed about the sample collection process for a laboratory, in which samples of the patients are involved. Now let us discuss about the non-sample collection screen, in which samples of the patients are not involved, like in the case of X-ray scanning, etc. This is the non-sample collection screen. A table with patient details and bill details can be seen. Total list is selected as the default investigation status. When the View button is clicked, the patient details and scan details appear in the Verify Process tab. Patient arrival, scan start and end checkboxes can be checked based on the progress. When the Save button is clicked, the patient's details appear in the Non-Sample List tab with Ready for Result Entry status. Now, when the View button is clicked, the patient details and scan details again appear in the Verify Process tab. Scan and checkbox can be checked if the procedure is over. When the Save button is clicked, the patient details and scan details are saved. Now that collection process is over, let us discuss result entry. This is the lab result entry screen. Department, whether laboratory or radiology, can be selected from the drop-down list. Radiology is for X-ray scans. Date can be selected from the date picker. Once the department and date range are selected, patient details, bill details, test date and result buttons are populated in a table. When the result button is clicked, a pop-up window, showing the investigations prescribed, appears. When the View button is clicked, a parameter table with biological references and input fields for entering values is opened. Values can be entered and saved by clicking Approve Results button. Reason for delay can be entered. Once the Approve Results button is clicked, the observed values of parameters are saved. Previous results can be seen by clicking the Previous Results button. Detailed view of the previous results can be seen by clicking the View button. So far, we have discussed the process of entering the results, once the sample is collected. Now, let us view the lab results, after entering them. Now, we are in the Lab View Results screen. Department name, whether laboratory or radiology, can be selected from the drop-down list. Date range can be selected from the date picker. A print of the result can be made by clicking the Document View button and then clicking the Print button in the pop-up window. The report status can be changed by clicking the Report Status button and entering the identity proof details. An SMS notification about the lab result can be sent to the patient by clicking the SMS button. This is about the sample cycle submodule of laboratory module, developed by Atribiz Solutions.